Hello and welcome to Mando-Bros. Today we're going to do Twice the Pride unit review.
To start, we have the primary, Count Dooku Separatist Leader. He brings 7 squad points and 4 force points. He has a durability and stamina of 10 and 3. His tactic ability, Leader of the Separatist Army. At the start of this unit's activation, choose another allied Separatist Alliance character within 3. Each character in this unit and the chosen unit may dash. Free dashes, free movements, free anything is great, usually.
Yeah.
Not free exposed, those are bad.
Nothing's free.
The fact that he and another Separatist Alliance character can dash always helps out. Because, as you'll see, he doesn't have a lot of movements that he can pay for, such as, jetpacks and stuff like that. Using him with any Separatist Alliance characters they're great. Next up, his reactive ability. Surely you can do better. When a character in this unit is the target of an attack, you may spend 1 to 3 force to use this ability. When modifying the attack roll, change 1 hit result to a fail for each force spent. I think that's a great ability. I love using it.
I know you do. If you watched one of our videos when you used it a lot.
Oh yeah.
It's nice, but I mean, if you're gonna need force later and you can't get it back, you gotta kind of watch what you're doing there so you don't just use up all your force doing that.
Speaking of force, I think a good strategy when building a list with Dooku, you need to have another primary because he cares, you'll see later in the video, about his units and allies being wounded. You need somebody that could dole out damage or do the reverse. Some way to regenerate your force points is what you need. A lot of times, he's the defender, you need an attacker. That's just my strategy, my abilities. I have the force.
Yeah.
My thoughts.
Yeah, I've only used them once, so I need to use them more to figure them out a little better.
Next up, Twice the Pride, Double the Fall for 1 force point. After a melee attack targeting an allied character within range 2 is resolved, this unit may use this ability. If the attack roll contained no hit results, 1 character in this unit may dash, and then they may make a 5 dice melee attack targeting the attacking character. Using this in tandem with the Surely You Can Do Better, you can ensure that you can, do better. You can cancel, if they have 3 hit results, cancel those 3. They may have crits left, but that's fine. That ability only cares about hits. You got no hits in there? Hey, look at this. I'm going to get a free attack. It's only 5 dice, but
yeah.
He's really good on his Makashi and stuff side, so. And last but not least, his identity ability, Brave But Foolish. Once per turn, when an allied primary or secondary unit is wounded by an enemy effect, after the effect is resolved, refresh 2 force, then choose an allied Separatist Alliance supporting unit. 1 character in the chosen unit may dash or make a 5 dice attack. Like I said, he's more of a defense style. He does a little bit of control. I think, in my opinion, it's good if you know your opponent, it's really good. It helps out a lot. Fortunately, known you a long time.
Yeah.
And you know how to really break down their strategies sometimes. Not all the time. But having an attacker that can refresh force and then having a defender that can refresh force, you're kind of balanced on both ends of the scale there, I think. One way or the other, you're getting force back.
Yeah.
Let's move on to his combat part.
First, we'll look at his force mastery side. It's got more ranged dice there. It's only range 4, but he gets 8. And then his defense dice for range is 6, same as melee. Defense dice is 6. His melee attack dice is also 6. We'll look at the tree first. Like I said, we'll go like 2, 3 down the tree, but you get about on average. First one is 2 damage. And then if you want to go up top, you get 2 heals. And then the next one would be a pinned and a damage. If you go down below, you start with 2 damage. Then you get a disarmed to damage, and then a strained and a damage. If you can get 4 through, you can also get an exposed and a damage.
Giving out conditions like it's candy.
Yeah. If you go bottom side, you get 3 of the conditions. So if you want to go that way, or if you can get, if you need heals up top with a pinned, and then if you can get that 4th one through and get a reposition, that can help you too.
That helps a lot too. Movements of any kind are always helpful in this game.
Then on this side with his Force Lightning, his range, 1 to 2, you're getting a crit and a damage. Not bad, that crit's good. 3 to 4, 2 crits and a damage. Not bad. And then 5 plus is 3 crits and a damage.
I think what matters most is the fact that you're getting crits.
Yeah.
That helps you. You can get a bunch of conditions out and such like that, and keep them at ranged. Granted, it's ranged.
Especially when you're going against the public.
Yep.
And a lot of them don't allow you to get rid of crits.
Yep.
So, melee, 1 to 3, you're getting 2 crits. It's not bad.
Yeah, but I still feel you're kind of losing a dice there.
Well, yeah, but if you only get 1 expertise,
right,
2 crits.
Sure. But if you get 3,
yeah, but at least you're getting crits. It's not hits.
Right.
I think that's pretty good.
You're right.
4 plus is 2 crits and a hit.
Just adding that 1 extra in there.
Yeah. And then you look at the defense expertise. 1 to 2's a block. 3 to 4 is 2 blocks. 5 plus is 3 blocks. It's not great, but it's all right.
Yeah.
Could be worse.
Yeah, I agree.
We'll flip to his Form 2 Makashi side. For range, he gets 6. 6 for attack, 5 for defense. Melee, he's getting 7 for both. So his melee side's pretty good on this one.
Yep.
We'll look at the tree first. First one, if you go up top, this one's kind of a wonky tree.
Yeah, it's got
all over the place.
Quite an intricate tree that you have many options that you can do.
Yeah. So if you start up top, you're getting a shove and a damage. Then you're dropping down for 2 damage. Then you can either go back up top for a shove and 2 damage, or you can go down low for an exposed and 2 damage. So you really need 2 shoves. You're going up top. If you just needed the 1 shove, you probably go down below so you can get that exposed. If you go bottom side, right away you get a reposition and a damage. Then you're going right in the middle again for 2 damage. And then once again, you're either going up top for a shove and 2 damage, or you're going down low for an exposed and 2 damage. And if you get 4 through, you're just getting 2 more damage.
Still giving damage, giving a condition, shoving, moving.
Yeah. So there's a lot of different ways you can go on this one. On this side, his melee isn't that great for expertise. 1 to 2 is...
his ranged?
Yeah, ranged. Did I say
You said melee.
Okay. The range on this side is not that great for expertise. 1 to 3 is just a hit and a damage. Not that good. And then 4 plus, a crit, a hit, and a damage. So...
I'd say it's middle of the road at best for that.
Yeah.
But this isn't the side that you want to be ranged on. This is kind of a last resort if you need it.
Yeah, this is the melee and defense side.
Yep.
On his lightsaber, his melee, 1 to 2 expertise is 2 crits. Pretty good.
I think that's good. You roll 1 expertise, that's 2 crits.
Yeah.
You roll 2, it's still 2 crits.
Yeah. So I mean, most of the time I roll hits or fails. So getting those crits is awesome.
Yeah.
3 to 4 is 2 crits and a hit. That's pretty good.
Not bad.
5 plus is 3 crits. We'll go to the defense expertise. 1 to 2 is a block, and then a crit to a fail, which is great.
Oh yeah.
You can stop one of their crits. 3 plus, a block, a crit to a fail, and another crit to a fail.
I think that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Strategically, I think keeping him back a little bit early game until you start seeing how the game develops, and then using his range side, his force mastery side, keeping things at bay, trying to keep away from people, I think is good until you can see an opportunity where you can just rush him in there, either shove somebody out of there or wound them or something to either gain a momentum to win a struggle or to gain a point, win a struggle, something along those lines, I think that's what he's good for.
Yeah.
He kind of waits to see how everything develops and then goes for it. Kind of like I'd say like a snake. He waits in the bushes and strikes when he needs it.
Yeah.
For a grade letter, I'd say easily a B+, maybe in some situations up to an A-.
Yeah. I think his lack of movement.
I think that's what hinders him, yeah.
Yeah.
But that's also what balances it. Because if he's moving a lot, I think he's going to be an A+ all the way.
Yeah. Which is, he does have a little bit of movement. He gets that dash on his turn, but he doesn't have like Anakin has the force jump.
Yep.
Or, the force sprint or any of that, he does get that dash. That's helpful, but, it's all right.
Right. Next up, Jango Fett, Bounty Hunter. Next up, Jango Fett, Bounty Hunter. He has 4 points cost. Is that what it's called again? Yeah, 4 points cost. He doesn't bring any force. He has 9 durability and 2 stamina. I might have those switched. That's all right. You get what I mean. His 1 active ability is jetpack for a force. He gets a jump. I think jumps are one of the better movements in this game.
Yeah.
I think that just the ability to be able to get whatever elevation with a dash is pretty good.
Yeah, I think it's situational though, because I do like having the full advanced movements too for a force. So yeah, it's situational.
Sure. Next up is this capture wire for a force. Choose a character in this unit, an enemy character within 3 of that character. Pull the chosen enemy character 2 toward the allied character, then the chosen enemy character gains a pin token. Jeez, brain fart.
I hate that ability.
I think it's a great ability.
Because I've never used them and you've used it against me.
Yeah. Being able to pull somebody towards you and pin them there, and then you can just jetpack out of there. I think that's pretty good. Yeah. It didn't work for him in the movies, but
no,
I think it works pretty good in the game.
Yeah. Well, you just got to stay away from Mace Windu.
Yep, that's true. Next up, Not So Fast for his reactive ability for force. At the start of an enemy unit's activation, if one or more characters in that unit are within range 3 of a character in this unit may use this ability. Roll 5 attack dice. The activating unit suffers 1 damage for each crit and hit result in the roll. I think that's a great ability. That's just my opinion.
I hate it.
I know you hate it. I think it's a great ability because if you pulled somebody close to you and you know that they're close to getting wounded, they activate, you can use that ability and hopefully give them the damage to negate their entire turn. They'll give them a wasted turn right there. And that's a little bit of a control piece, I would say. He's not so great in a lot of the combat abilities and stuff like that, but I think he's great as, keeping somebody pinned down and stopping them from doing things.
Yeah. Pulling them around and giving them damage for no reason.
Yep. His innate ability, my client is getting impatient. After this unit makes a focus action, one character's unit may jump. That's kind of like a 2-for-1 in my opinion in a lot of cases. If you know you're going to attack with him, take a focus. You get a free jump, then you can attack them. So you're moving around and attacking with an extra dice. If that's what you need, that's what you need.
Yeah.
He's very fluid in a lot of his motions. He can go in a lot of places,
Yeah, it's pretty good ability if you need to get further, get somewhere pretty far away, and you can just take a focus to get the jump.
Yep.
Get further, then do jetpack. Get even further, do a movement, then attack somebody.
Absolutely. And finally, his last innate ability, I'm just looking to get paid. When a character in this unit wounds an enemy primary or enemy secondary unit, after the effective result, refresh 2 force, and one character's unit may heal 2. Once again, refreshing force is great. Having him in either a Separatist alliance or a bounty hunter / mercenary scoundrel list, I think is the way to go. Just because with a lot of the mercenaries, you can refresh force in one way or another. Same thing with the Separatist alliance characters. He's very versatile in a lot of the lists that he can be put into with those tags.
Yeah.
Using him with Cad Bane, we'll see how Din Djarin goes. All of them, I think it'll be great. As a grade letter, I would give him a solid B+.
How about we go through his combat tree first?
Well, if we must.
Yeah. Alright, resourceful gunslinger. He has a range 4. His attack dice, he gets 6. He gets 5 for defense on that. Melee, he gets 6. Defense, he gets 5. So, it's the same. Look at his combat tree. First one is 2 damage, then a strained and a damage. And then if you go down low, you get the free, which one?
You can either do a jetpack or a capture wire.
Yeah. Yeah, so, well, if you haven't used that yet.
Yes, if you haven't used an ability yet, you can use it with the free one.
Yep.
I think, well, in some situations, the capture wire could be good. I think most of the time you're going to take that jetpack.
Well, I know, but a lot of the times you're already using it.
Sure.
So by the time you attack, you might be using the capture wire if you can.
Yeah, it just depends on the situation, really.
If not, then you're not going down below. Then you're going to go up top for a free jump and a damage, and two damage.
Yep.
And if you can get a 4th one through, you'll get a shove and 2 damage.
Yep.
So, I'll look at the expertise. His range, 1 expertise is a crit. That's great.
Yep, 1 for 1 right there.
Yep. 2 to 3 is 2 crits. That's still pretty good.
Yep.
4+ is 2 crits and a hit. That's all right. You're at least still getting those 2 crits. So
crits are what matter.
His melee side, 1 expertise is a damage. It's okay. 2 to 3 is a hit and a damage. I don't think that's that great. It's all right.
He's not the best in melee, but.
And then 4+ is a crit, a hit, and a damage.
Yeah.
So I think you're better off shooting somebody.
Yeah, keep him at range and try not to get melee with somebody, because I have noticed in a lot of games that I've played, when he gets into melee with somebody, he usually gets his butt kicked.
Yeah. Okay. So you go to your defense expertise. 1 to 2 is 2 blocks. 3+ is 3 blocks. So that's not bad. As long as you can, if you're rolling 3 expertise, you're getting 3 blocks. It's better than fails. You're staying the same.
Absolutely.
3 for 3.
And like I once kind of jumped the gun and said, for a grade letter, B+.
Yeah.
Easily. I think he's one of the better secondaries. He could be an A- in some situations.
Yeah.
I think we'll see how future releases go, and he may climb the ladder, in my opinion. But right now, I think he's one of the better secondaries that you can use, as long as you have the supporting list with it. If you throw him in a Republic list, he's good by himself, but he likes to have those synergies of other things going on.
Yep.
Next up, Magna Guards. And finally, the Magna Guards. They bring 3 points cost to your list building, 0 force. They have a durability and stamina of 10 and 2. And they only have 3 abilities. 1 is a reactive ability, Protection Protocols. After an allied Separatist Alliance primary unit makes a move action, this unit may use this ability. Choose a character in the activating primary unit. 1 character in this unit may advance toward the chosen character. I think it's good. It's middle of the line. It keeps them with, your primary to try and protect and whatnot. I think it helps sometimes.
Yeah, I like it, but it's also, you have to move towards the primary. It'd be better if you could move, you want to stay with them anyways, but some situations you're trying to go a different way, whether it's they're the only ones that can get to an objective to take it, so you want to go that way, so you're moving out of the way you want to kind of go.
Right.
So
their first innate ability, Bodyguard, which is what we're referring to, Allied primary characters and allied secondary characters within range 2 of a character in this unit have cover 1. Getting an additional defense without having to take a hunker or anything like that, I think helps out. But I do think that is also a little bit of their downfall, is you have to keep them around that primary or secondary in order to gain that benefit, which makes sense.
Yeah.
But that kind of sticks them to whoever you're with, and it doesn't stack, so you can't have 2 Magna Guards there and get cover 2 for that same character. It's only cover 1. Next up, Intercede, their last innate ability. While this unit is not wounded, enemy characters engaged with 1 or more characters in this unit cannot target allied primary characters or allied secondary characters with attacks. That's great because Magna Guards don't have range. They want to stay engaged with somebody, and it kind of forces them to, take all the hits and all that, so your allied primary or secondaries can move wherever they need to go without danger of getting ambushed or attacked or anything like that,
Well, yeah, but how many times has that triggered for us?
Not many.
I don't know if it even has. Maybe once. I don't know. It's situational. I mean,
yeah, unfortunately it is.
Yeah.
Let's move on to their combat tree.
Alright, they do not have ranged. Delta hates that.
That's what I don't like about this unit.
Their ranged defense is 5. Melee attack is 6 dice. Melee defense is 5 dice. We'll look at their tree first. The first one would be a Chev of damage. Then you get another Chev and 2 damage. If you want to go up top on the third one, you get
reposition and 2 damage.
Reposition and 2 damage. Then if you go down below, if you don't want the reposition, you get a disarmed and 2 damage. If you can get a 4th one through, then you can get another Chev and a damage.
I think they are the best unit for shoving people out of objectives.
Yeah, welcome to Chev City.
Yeah, no kidding. But other than that, I'm not a huge fan of them, but they're better than the B1s.
I think they're better than that.
Well, they're better than the B1s.
Well, I know, but I don't think they're at the very bottom to where they're like, oh, they're just better than the B1s.
No, they're not that bad.
No.
They're middle of the road.
We'll look at the expertise. They're, like we said, they don't have range, so we'll look at their melee. 1 is a crit. That's great. 2 to 3 is 2 crits. That's pretty good. 4+ is 3 crits.
Out of all supports, they have the best melee expertise chart.
Yeah.
I'll give them that 100% of the time for now until something else comes out that's better.
Then their defense. 1 is 1 block.
Yep.
2+ is 2 blocks. So you can only get 2 expertise. That's where you want to be.
That's kind of where you're living.
2 blocks.
But you don't always have that choice.
No.
I think,
You might get all 5 expertise. You get 2 blocks.
That's a bad conversion.
Yeah.
I think a lot of the times a good strategy with these guys is they're kind of a target practice. Let them take the hit so your primaries or secondaries don't have to. I think that's the best way to do it, just so you can get somebody else in there to take a point, or if you're able to get them in there to take a point, that's good because they do a lot of shoving and a lot of crits. They don't necessarily give a lot of damage to be able to wound, but they can take control of points pretty easily.
You'll see in a future video for our season, I took the Magna Guards way to the other side in the back, way away from the primary. It's not a very good idea. Kind of trying to just go for objective, go for one, and then kind of got caught up in attacking and just kept moving way away from Grievous. So it's not the greatest idea, but you get caught up in the moment and
sometimes it works. You never know. I guess you'll have to see on our future episodes.
Yeah.
For a grade letter, my opinion and my experience, I would say a C minus. I know you're probably going to say a little higher.
I'd say C plus to a B minus. I don't know. I mean, I get how you say it, that with not having any ranged attack, that hinders them a little bit.
I like my supports to have ranged attacks because sometimes my primaries or my secondaries aren't the best for that. And being able to just have dummies out there to distract and do a little shoving here and there is good, but...
Well, me using a lot of Republic, my primaries never have range attack.
Right.
So, yeah, you kind of want something with range, but, you know, at least when you're using like Separatists and stuff, a lot of the primaries already have ranged attacks, so that's why the Magna Guards don't. You know, kind of balances a little.
Anyway, thanks for liking, commenting, subscribing, sharing. All that really helps, and we'll try to engage with as much conversation as we can with you guys. Keep looking forward to our season videos. They're coming up soon. Anyway, this is the way.
It's this way.